one on frequency and the other one on cumulative frequency. So I put them both in the same notes because we're reviewing, okay? The way I chose to review this one was kind of hands-on. The first thing you want to do is create a table. So what I recommend is please don't write the red yet, only write the blue first, okay? Just write the blue first. I don't know if I'm able to move this thing around or what. Yeah. Let me cover this up for you here. Oh, I guess that's not that great, but so make this blue interval column and frequency column. So the first one should say 1 through 5 and have a 3 in it. And then the second one should say 6 through 10. I'm going to erase this. I'll actually get rid of this and I'll write it in a second. There we go. That's fine. Cumulative frequency. So what they will give you are values. They're going to give you numbers, all right? They're going to give you values to fill in the table. So here's what I gave you were values that you can use to fill in the table. In a frequency table, you don't put the numbers up here. You put how many times a number in that interval occurs. Here's what I mean by that. I'm going to use red. For the interval 1 through 5, so how many numbers on my list fall between 1 and 5? Well, every time I see a number between 1 and 5, I'm going to circle it. 3 is between 1 and 5. 5 is between 1 and 5. 4 is between 1 and 5. That's 3 different numbers that go in that interval, and that's where I got this number 3 from. Okay? So I did the exact same thing for 6 through 10. How many different numbers fall between 6 and 10? Well, I have 6, I have 7, and I have 8. That's all for now, so that's 3 numbers also is how frequent I have the occurrence of those numbers in that interval. And it can go on, whatever your numbers are. I kind of shortened it. I didn't do a whole table because we're just doing review. So a frequency table will look like this. For an example, okay, I'm just going to add it in there. If I have 11 through 15 next, I would say, okay, I have a 14 and I have a 12, so that's 2 numbers for that category. So on your exam, the first frequency question is going to give you a set of numbers, and they're going to ask you which frequency table matches your set of numbers. So you would have to look at A, B, C, and D and choose the one that matches correctly. Make sense? Now the cumulative frequency takes it one step further. There we go. The one step further on this, the note says cumulative frequency adds each column to the last column. That's just a very simple way to say this, all right? My cumulative frequency says what's the frequency, like the running totals along the way. So we want to come up with running totals. Well, for the interval 1 through 5, there were 3 numbers in that interval. So my running total is 3. But then in my next line, 6 through 10, there were also 3. So I'm going to take this 3 plus that 3 and get a running total of 3 plus 3 is 6. So I'm always adding in the cumulative frequency column whatever was my next number. So from the 6, if I added the next group, 6 plus 2 will give me 8. So now my cumulative frequency in the group 11 through 15 and less is 8, because it includes the 2, the 3, and the 3. The reason we make a whole new column is because you can easily see how many above or how many below the total group, keeping a running total. That's what cumulative frequency is. So on the exam, the question says, the number of MP3 files downloaded each year by groups of teenagers is shown below. What is the cumulative frequency table that represents the data? They give you a whole list of numbers. They give you 4 cumulative frequency charts, and they just want you to pick the one that is correct. So 3 are wrong and 1 is correct. And so that's how you would figure it out. What I would pay attention to, are these numbers correct? And if they are these numbers correct? Because there may be errors. So find the one that's correct. Okay? So those are 2 on that. I'm going to take a break here. All right?